So that was a heckin' miss. What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? Today we are gonna be out playing with the Primary Arms ACSS reticle. This is specifically dialed in for 7.62x39 for your pleasure. So this right here, let me just go over the base guns because last time we did a video with this gun and the setup, the comments were just full of people asking what kind of setup we're running on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off and kill my engagement. This is an Arsenal SLR 107FR. It's a side folder with a really stiff folder. There you go. We have a Tango down pistol grip here. We are running a side rail with, of course, the Primary Arms ACSS, an X-Tech magazine, and an SLR Rifle Works handguard. This is both the gas tube and the handguard rail combo with a Dead Air Wolverine suppressor because I have a personal vendetta against Ear Pro. Now that we've gone ahead and cleared that up, we're gonna go ahead and start working on shooting this optic a little bit. Now, I've just started to become familiar with Prism optics, which is kind of new for me. I don't shoot a lot with optics that aren't just your generic red dots, but we're probably maybe just over 50 yards away from the target, so let's just do a little bit of initial shooting, right? Oh, gonna be shooting from inside my truck bed because we're absolute pros. Delancey, might wanna get out of the way. All right, so let's see first impressions here. Okay, it's a little darker than I expected. Ah, there we go. Going hot. Epic miss. Okay, so where am I missing? Okay, I shot low to see, shooting high. There you go, shooting high hit. Yeah, okay, shooting a little low. We'll do some adjusting here. Luckily, they designed these optics to be idiot-proof. They have written on them, that one had left to right, which means the top one here, can you see I don't run out scopes very often? So this one up top should be elevation. We need to account for the fact that it's shooting very low. Move the mic a little bit closer to it, but it's a very, very positive click that you hear. I forget if these are quarter MOA or half MOA adjustment. Okay, let's see where we're at now. Very nice. So we need to go a little bit further. I can tell that when I was shooting just to the bottom of the target, it was hitting the little deflector on the bottom. It was just kind of a different sound to it. So try that again. Very much in AK fashion. It's just a little, you know, cut there for a screwdriver, penny, quarter, dime, knife if you got one. I mean, it's very, very minimalistic. I mean, hell, you could use the screwdriver that usually comes in the cleaning kits on the back of the AKs if you wanted, I'm sure. So it's kind of cool. I like the toolless adjustment on stuff like this. I don't like having equipment that you need to bring an Allen key set into the field. I just don't really dig it. So this is very much my speed. All right, let's give it another shot. Going for the head now. Good hit, go for the bottom. Let's see how far off we are. Just a hair now. If we're going on the patented Mad Custom Contour system of measurement, I assume we're probably like 3 blacks and maybe a blonde. So let's try to adjust that. So center mass. Good hit, center mass. Head shot. Good hit to the head. Would help if I had more ammo. All right, well, I'd say we're pretty well dialed in. It's actually a real pleasure to shoot with. That reticle is really easy on the eyes. So what I was talking about earlier with these Prism style optics is I've just recently started to use them and I very much enjoy them. They're useful for people that have astigmatisms and things like that. I don't exactly have the best eyesight in the world through various types of just blunt trauma and things, mostly self-inflicted. I just very much enjoy shooting with this style of optic. I shot with the Vortex Prism optic when we were at the Tri-Arc event. That was really, really easy for me to use. This is also very easy for me to use, and the reticle, the reticle is one that we've, I guess kind of, hopefully Primary doesn't get mad at us for this, but we've kind of coined it the angry Hello Kitty optic because it's got a lot of features on it that are very useful for gauging things like when you're shooting for man-sized targets, gauging height of the target or the shoulder width of the target that allow you to tell exactly how far away your target is, whether it's 100 yards, 200, 300, 400, 500. Very cool system on the optic. But it does make it look like a little Hello Kitty nose with whiskers on the side. And where was I going with that? I'm gonna angle some of the steel to be facing toward my little driveway there, back toward the shop. and we are going to take this out to a little bit longer, probably 200 to 250 yards, and try to see what this optic does at a little bit longer distances. So now we are all the way down the driveway from the target. If I had to guess, this is probably sitting somewhere around, judging by like sat maps and stuff like that we've done out here, probably about 250 maybe yards. So it's not great, but this is also Fayetteville, so not necessarily a lot of distance. You don't have a lot of flatlands and whatnot. This is any clearing of the pine trees around this area is definitely man-made. So I don't know, I'm gonna stop stammering about it. Let's go ahead and just shoot some stuff. I feel like Krzysztof Kiełowski. Also looks like some of the neighbors parked their car out there on the range again, which I've been telling them not to do. So, I mean, let's hope I don't miss. And if I do, they'll know not to park there, huh? So that was a heckin' miss. See what I'm doing wrong. Shoot low just to be on the safe side. Try shooting lower. Damn, I'm not hitting a fucking thing. As you can see now, Delance is filming me retreat toward the target out of pure shame. All right, so now we're back here at just over the 100-yard mark. See what we're hitting on this one. Alrighty. That was a hit, by the way. We're nailing it here. All right, now I'm gonna go check my hits. I just flipped the steel over, so I wanna see exactly where I'm hitting here. All of that was aiming center mass, high center mass, so let's go check it out. So as you can see, it's a nice little spread. I mostly blame myself for that. So I had 3 shots, 3 hits. I'm going a little bit to the left. That may be me pulling, but I'm gonna adjust my optic anyway, like an expert shooter. And because I did not zero that left to right. I wasn't having any issues left to right before. It was just entirely up and down. So when I was doing my zeroing earlier, it's entirely what I was adjusting for. So may actually need some left-right adjustment. So I'm gonna pull it a little bit further right. And I was aiming center mass, and that last one I aimed high center mass. So that last one was, I was aiming more or less up here. I was down here, so, and these two I was aiming roughly here and was hitting there. So I think there's a little bit of adjustment, needs to be pulled a little bit in right and higher a little bit, but after that, I'm gonna go ahead and go back out there, fire 1 round, see where I hit. Hey, yeah, I just looked, you can tell with that can running supers, she's running a little gassy. Don't matter. Shooting center mass exactly. I'm gonna shoot another one just to be sure, but I'm going to shoot that also center mass on the dot. Alrighty, let's go check it out. Okay, so this same target, I fired twice that last time. I believe this was my first one, and that's why I shot again. I was only planning on shooting 1, but I felt like I threw it a little bit. I just kind of, I felt like that was mostly on me, so I fired again. That I think is my second one. I felt a lot better about that one. So I think we're more or less on point here. So far, I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm enjoying using the optic because it's very clear, it's very crisp. Again, it comes down to the prism style optics. Really kind of enjoying those. Might have to look into it a little bit more. But this is kind of a style of shooting I don't do very often because of the channel. It's a lot of just silly stuff and mag dumping into berms and whatnot. And sometimes I kind of forget what it's like to be a serious shooter. And so I don't get to do this kind of stuff very often. So it's kind of neat. Diversify. I think we got everything dialed in, so let's try to move it back out a little bit more and see where we're hitting. So let's give this another shot before the sun goes down and it gets any colder. Would help if I loaded around. I saw that one impact on dirt, actually. Let me pull left a little bit, just see what happens. Ah, she's shooting left. Well, you know, I could dial this in a little bit more, and honestly, I kind of need to. I'm almost on it. I'm good for 100 yards. I'm good at like 150. Back here at like 225-ish is where we're starting to have a little bit of issues. I need to dial it in a little bit better. Basically, I could dial this in some more today. I don't wanna. In these videos, I find that as long as I'm having fun, you guys are gonna be having fun, and if it gets any colder out here, I'm about to stop having fun. So I'm gonna come back to this optic. I really do actually enjoy it, and I enjoy being able to do a little bit more serious stuff like this. Not everything has to be a like meme review or something like that. It's good to remind you guys I'm actually somewhat competent at what I do. Semi. let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But I will include the links down below as to where you can get this Primary Arms ACSS. This has been a very cool optic to work with. I enjoy it. I like shooting with it. It's very crisp, very clear, and I was getting good hits with it. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and click the link down below. And one of the reasons why I'm freezing to death is because I couldn't put on a jacket, because I absolutely had to be repping this sweet, sweet third pin threads AK Guy t-shirt, because if I can't rep merch, what the fuck am I doing here? But that is all for the video today. I love you guys, and I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks, guys. Gentlemen, start your engines. Remember when we used to be professional about this? No, actually, I don't either. I remember when we used to pretend. What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? Today we are out here gonna be playing around with the Primary Arms ACSS. No, I didn't just have to read it off the side of the fucking reticle. I'm here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, so the only way you're gonna get 600 yards out here is if you wait until 3 o'clock in the morning on I-95. And that's not super advised, especially not for YouTube. I mean, I've never done it. But if I did, I wouldn't post it online, so. I love using a lapel mic, so that way I can keep doing my shit, but I also don't have to keep looking and projecting at the camera like I normally had to do. This is awesome. I like moving up in the world. Sorry, I was just yelling at you.